A mid-60s spectacle shot in Cinerama, no less, Khartoum tries to have its cake and eat it too. On the one hand, a more or less formulaic exposition of the white man's imperial burden, it is also aware enough of post-colonial political realities to try to look a bit more up to date. The necessary dodges are the most interesting thing about the film. Charlton Heston stars as Charles Chinese Gordon, sent by the British government to evacuate Egyptians and Europeans threatened in Khartoum by, quote-unquote, the Mahdi, Laurence Olivier, in heavy blackface. Convinced he is the instrument of Allah, destined to rule the world of Islam, the Mahdi is determined to take Khartoum at any cost. As spice, Gordon is meant to be as deeply religious in his way as the Mahdi is in his, while the political machinations of the British government led by Gladstone, Ralph Richardson, demonstrate the lack of morality at the heart of realpolitik. As a result, the question of what Europeans are doing there in the first place is front and center, with all the baggage that entails. In this revisionist approach to imperialism, the quote-unquote heroes are flawed, while the bad guys work from deep convictions, but putting it that way points to the inescapable problem. The basic situation is still swashbuckling outpost of empire adventure stuff in the service of a ludicrously simplified conflict. The resulting Gunga Din with guilt works best when filling that Cinerama frame with wizardly second unit director Yakima Knut's extravaganza of battles and extras speared on the contradictions of history. The writers make Gordon jaundiced about his role, but fail to demonstrate why he accepts the responsibility for a task he knows is doomed. They dodge that question by asking it directly, only to give Gordon an answer as evasive as their strategy. About the closest to an explanation of his state of mind is a confession he makes to the Mahdi that, like the latter, he loves the Sudan. Unfortunately, with Gordon so weakly conceived, Heston's usual heroic persona comes off as a stiff pose. Where Heston searches in vain for his character, Olivier works with a different disadvantage under his thick makeup and contrived accent. He does more with the material than just about anyone else could, but the force of his incendiary vision is a credit to the actor, not the writing. Only a great actor could deliver lines like, "Send me the one who writes English words," without looking foolish, but Olivier's very skill accentuates the worst cliches about the benighted other hiding under his blackface. With the drama becalmed by Gladstone's reluctance to send forces to rescue Gordon and company, we're left with a repetitive, rather static conflict of conscience punctuated by Knut's explosions. Khartoum is thus an epic only in scale and expense. Making the antagonists mirror images of each other by some facile moral ambiguity, but at best the film gives us new cliches in old bottles.